So I thought I'd record a short video just sharing what I've been thinking about recently in terms of why AI transformations will fail. Since I left my corporate job in February, I've been spending a lot of time researching, writing, and experimenting about AI. And one thing I've noticed when I map what I've learnt myself and observed out in the corporate world and the news and my own experience working in those project sort of roles is a lot of companies are not setting themselves up for success. The biggest mistake that corporate leaders are making is treating AI like a technology upgrade and not an entire whole of business transformation. An analogy you might want to think of is the corporate world is obsessing over buying a faster horse when cars have arrived. The leverage that AI gives you in a business, if you redesign processes from the ground up with AI first thinking, is enormous. It's unfortunate that so many businesses are stuck in a pilot and proof of concept purgatory. They can't seem to get production deployments of AI tools, which is crazy. The AI labs themselves are telling us that big proportions of the code at Anthropic, at Google DeepMind, at OpenAI are written by the AI tools. So if the AI is good enough for the labs to be using, why can't you use it in your business? Another problem is trying to build a skyscraper on a swamp. Bad data, poor documentation, and a lack of understanding of the low-level technical details of how your business works make it really hard for AI agents to understand, process, and improve. If you have poor quality data and things are dirty and not clean, it's going to be hard to get the most out of AI. So a lot of businesses would do better to focus on cleaning up their data, documenting their processes, and making sure that they're ready to actually do an AI transformation. This preparation work is kind of like a key step that I think a lot of companies are missing. And this is why some of these big AI projects will fail. They'll get 80% of the way there and then realize that because they've never collected a certain data point or because the state of their database is so bad, they can't get that final 20% of benefit. And it's really frustrating, but if you don't have that technology base, it's going to be harder. If you're starting from scratch, you might even be in a better position than if you have to fix 10 years of bad technology and data decisions. When an AI transformation fails, the cost isn't just what you spent on the consultants and the agencies and the software licenses and the API costs. The opportunity cost is enormous in terms of time, but also it's a strategic cost. When you were getting your AI transformation wrong, your competitors were experimenting with AI tools and learning what does and doesn't work in their business. So one thing that I'd like to share in terms of what I've been thinking about is what hyper competition means. So because AI tools give you so much leverage, that means that not only can you use them, your competitors can use them, and AI first startups working in targeting your industry and your margin can start using them. So a lot of those barriers to entry in many industries are going to shrink because of the leverage that AI gives new competitors. One of the challenges in treating AI transformation like a technology problem is that it's easy for the people to be left behind. A lot of people are already scared about what AI job loss might mean. And a lot of these people are going to need to be brought on the journey because they have specialist skills, they have taste, they have experience, they have relationships with customers and stakeholders and suppliers. And if you don't bring the right people on the journey, you might get to the end of your AI transformation and find that you have a massive internal problem where for those residual tasks that still need skilled and experienced people, everyone good has left because they got so upset by how the AI transformation was managed. This is a major challenge in a normal digital transformation or restructuring of a business, but this is going to be even harder in the AI era to get right. So this is something which I think a lot of business owners and executives need to think really carefully about, is how do you bring your team on the journey? So it feels like the AI transformation is being done for them and not to them. The main shift I think you need to make in terms of mindset is from what can the AI tool do to what business problem am I solving with what AI tool? Also, a lot of business problems are so complex that you can't just ask ChatGPT to solve it. You might need to develop some AI agent tools that are trained on your data, that are tested based on evaluations of what you think good looks like in terms of a response or output from an AI tool. And you're going to need to refine that through experimentation. It's not like a traditional project where you finish and then you're done. AI transformation demands constant reinvention, constant monitoring, and constant improvement. You won't be able to stop. Once you start, it becomes a permanent, sort of perpetual obligation where you're going to need to make sure that you're on top of the new technology and incorporating it into your business, because if you don't, you might find yourself at a competitive disadvantage. If you've been thinking about AI transformation in your business and you want help in identifying the blockers and building plans to overcome them, that's something I can help with. So if you want to book a call in with me using the link below, we can chat about that. I'm happy to work with business owners who understand the opportunity that AI gives their business and are ready to make that investment in moving from just talking about it to actually executing. I also write a weekly Substack newsletter where I share what I've been learning in terms of AI transformation and how I think that businesses will need to adapt their operating models to be in a position to win. If that's something you're interested in, again, the link's in the description below. You can subscribe to that Substack. If there's something that's resonated in this video today, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below, and thanks for watching. In the next video, I'm going to be sharing more about my thinking on AI transformation. I've been writing a lot about this on Substack since February, but this channel, I'm going to be sharing more actionable content over time so that people can start thinking more about how they move from the thinking about AI transformation to actually starting to get the results in their business.